Hello again, and thank you for joining Jeff and Jenny's Classic Restorations. Well, we're back with the NSU quickly again. Today we're going to try and get the mud guards on, and hopefully the wheel, the light, and hopefully we can wheel it instead of just keep lifting the back up all the time. But Jenny's been for a very long walk this morning, so she's absolutely shattered. So won't see much of her today, I don't think. But let's get on with the NSU quickly and start to make it look like a moped again. Well, as I mentioned last episode, I didn't put the other stay on because I was waiting for these rubber things to come. They just slide on here, and then the cable from the what's it called, speedo, will come up through there, and same with the brake cable the other side. It just makes it look neat. So that's the front more or less done, and I'm glad I got it on because I can actually tie the front down a little bit. So we'll make a start on the back and actually get this NSU quickly looking like a moped again. Still lots to do with cables, and I've been cleaning up the throttle controls and everything. But up here I managed to just put this one on. I'll just bring you up. Just managed to get this on. This is a new one for the horn. And okay, let's get going on this then. First thing we're going to get on, this is the last one I had was just very brittle and snapped. This is the cover that goes over the spot welds around there, so that just slips over there. And then we need to get the mud guard, which has now got the toolbox fitted, and somehow we have to get that in there. Like that. It fits over there, and we have to get 10mm 6 by 10 bolt, I hope, goes over this. We can find the hole there. Okay, that's one done. We need a spring washer in there. I have got some. Yeah. There we go, there's one. Let's get that on first. And actually that's not 6mm, is it? I suppose it is. No, it's a 10, it's an 8mm, sorry. There we go. Right, let's get that one in there. And bear with me whilst I get this one done up. Right, so those two bolts are on now, which is supporting the mud guard. Now we've got, this is the chain guard, which took me several times to get this right, but it's much more presentable now, and it's supposed to be just another little 6mm bolt that goes in here to hold this bit on. I hope it goes all the way through. Okay, let me just get this finished tightening up. So that's on now, the chain guard, and now I'm going to get the mud guard stay on here. It's only 2 bolts that hold this one on, but they're 5mm. Now these are actually too long, I think, the bolts I've got here, but I will cut them down. So let's just put a washer on the outside for that one. There we go. Out through there. Okay. Oh, excuse me, in the way. That's it. And then I'll get a spring washer on, and then the nut. So let me do that one, and I'll come back to you again. Right, so they're all nice and tight now. They're the 5mm threads. They might actually be all right, but if necessary I'll have to just grind them back. I think we can get the rack on now. That goes obviously over there, and on the top here, I'll just bring you up. Basically, it's just a 6mm bolt again with a washer and a lock washer underneath, and then another washer. So let's get this one up. Okay, well, I've just moved on a little bit now. I've just put in this stay here. I've still got the other side to do, and that then bolts onto the chain guard, and then along the back here there's some clips. Well, one's missing there, but it's clipped in along there, the wire which goes in there and up these little pipes and comes out here. That's all ready for the light. I'll go on and do the other side. These don't need bolts other side. There's sort of like a captive nut there, so that screws in. I just have to collect all these up together and then bolt them through there. I will have to do a little bit of sanding off of some of the bolts, grinding off in a minute, tidying them up. And the other thing I've got somewhere, if you can bear with me, is this. This is I powder coated this one. This goes on the back there, which is the number plate holder. There's no point in me putting that on until I've actually lined up the holes ready for the number plate, because the number plate will probably have to go on at the same time, because that bottom hole there goes through there, which is also one that holds the number plate on. So I'll get those stays on connected that side, trim off some of the bolts, and I'll sort the number plate out. We can get that on, and then hopefully we can get the wheel on. I'm not happy with this number plate. I should have got perhaps a bigger one, but I'm not happy with the way the numbers are pressed in or squeezed in, and then drilling holes through that. I've decided I'm going to get a pressed aluminium one, I think. So I'm going to leave that for now. It just doesn't look right. So that doesn't matter. I'll get that one ordered. So I suppose really we need to get the back light on and try and get the wheel on. So at least we can roll her then. Right, so here's the light lens, a brand new one, which is nice. So this is the rubber base, and I'll just push the screws through on there for now. So we need to bring the cable through as well. Through there. And hopefully these will go for the holes. Just one through. And two. We've got enough room in there. Just about. Right, so let me just put the bolts in the other side, and so we need the bulb, but there's no great hole for that. We can just get that connected ready. So I'll get the two bolts. We'll get the bolts and these lock washer things in the other side. Right, so those bolts are tightened up the other side nicely. So we need a bulb. I think we're a long way off worrying about that at the moment. So we just connect this up for now. I'll just give a little bit of slack on this, and then just quickly join this one up. Just trim that off a little bit. There we go. Right, we'll just loosen that off a bit. Go in there without touching anything else. Okay, right. Hope that'll be right there. And we get the lens back on again, which has to go under there, so whether it will or not. No, so I'm going to have to loosen that off just a touch to get that in, so bear with me. Right, okay, that's it. So hopefully that will go back a bit more. So I think it tucks under here. I think maybe I'll need a bit more slack. Okay, do apologise, bear with me again. I think I need to slacken this one off. Well, finally, after a bit of mucking about, it's on now and solid, so just need to go back to that to get a bulb in later on, and probably to check an earth in my luck later on. But I'm not worried about lights at the moment. Let's just get it rolling, and we can take our time with the cables and what have you. Right, last bit for today. We'll come back and carry on with some more next week. Get the wheel on. I'm on my own again, of course, so it's going to be a mess, isn't it, trying to get this on. I've got to get this. I've greased the axle there, and there's a spacer, and then that adjuster, and then the nut the other side. So if I just get this in place, I've also got to get that over the brake bit over there to stop that going round. So try and do all this in one go, which of course is going to be easier said than done. So bear with me, just give this a go. Over there in a minute. Right. Now, we've got to get that lifted and into there. This is great, isn't it? Right, okay, right, that's in. That one from there. And that over there. Let's just get that through for a minute. Now, need to get a spacer in, don't I? Oh God, bear with me, it's terrible with just trying to do this on your own. It's going. Let me just struggle on for a bit and try and, I have to lose, oh that's okay now actually. So just got to try and make sure that stays in there here so the brake doesn't go round, and try and get that spacer in. So let me just try and get that in, and then see if we can get the wheel tightened up. Right. Wheel's finally on, mucking around with that. So let's get her back down. Oh no, take this, take that support out. There she goes. Finally back onto two wheels again. There we go. There we go. Right. Well, there we go. Isn't that nice to be back onto two wheels again? Still lots to do. I have to order one of them number plates, so I didn't like that other one. So one thing I could have done was the little crack there, but I'd have to send it away after painting it and everything for welding. I actually have bought a welder, but I did try it a few years ago and sold it. I think it's all due to the helmet. I couldn't see what the hell was going on. I'm going to try and learn how to do a bit of welding, so that's another little, hopefully a string to me bow. So there we go, this she is back onto two wheels again. We'll come back next time. Lots of little bits to do. There's the oil filter to go in there, air filter rather. It has to be soaked in oil, and then put the cap on. This is only on temporary, this guard. We've got cables to connect. I'm still working on the handlebar things, the grips and controls. Everything's on temporary. This is on temporary, and so is the light unit. So because there's so much to do in there, but it looks like we're getting there now, doesn't it? So that'll do for today. Well, finally, my Jenny's moved into a more shady position again. I can't touch her too much. They're covered in grease since doing that wheel. But I hope you did enjoy that little getting it back together again. It makes you feel like it's getting somewhere. But I've cleaned the carburettor and I've lost a gasket that was sent to me. But Andy's going to kindly send me one of those shortly, so that can go on at some stage. It's just lots of little bits and pieces. Electrics and all that I won't worry about until you know, till we can get the engine running. So please subscribe if you do like the videos. It does help. And nearly 2,000. So that's my what I'm aiming for at the moment. So it'd be nice to get to 2,000. And you take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.